Alright, so in this worksheet, I'm going to talking about balancing equation worksheet 2, which is combustion. Now, combustion generally have the form, like the equation format is CXHY, meaning the hydrocarbon, plus the oxygen in fire, right, triangle. So it forms CO2 and H2O. Now, CO2, H2O here, it doesn't matter which one go first. Now, I have two kinds of the combustion way to do. One is the odd combustion, meaning that the X subscript here will be odd number, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then the even combustion will be if the X here is the even number, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So basically, they have the same procedure. The only difference is step 1 for odd is you have to put the 1 in front of CXHY. Now step 1 for even is you have to put 2 in front of CXHY. That's the only difference. And starting from that, step 2, 3, 4, 5, they're the same. Step 2 is you balance the C. Step 3, you balance hydrogen. Step 4, you balance oxygen. So you balance CHO, CHO in the order. And then finally, you want to draw the balance table to check your map. Okay, so here it includes some kind of like map. All right, so I'm going to do on separate paper. Okay, so let's do a couple of the odd thing. Okay, so how do I know it's odd? Because look at the C subscript, this is 1. Then, okay, and then you know that it's like odd number. So the first step is we're going to put the 1 in front of the CH4, and then we kind of put bracket. Now, I strongly recommend you put bracket. You don't have to, but you should put, because sometimes you will forget to bring the coefficient to the behind atoms. You just remember the front, but you forgot the behind. So you put bracket to include everything. So step 1 we're done. Now step 2 we balance the C. So you can put the equal sign on the arrow if you want. Okay. So on the left I have 1 C. On the right I have 1 C. So C is balanced. And then next, we're going to balance the hydrogen. Hydrogen on the left, I have 4. On the right, I have 2. So I have to put the 2 and bracket to make the C balance. To make the hydrogen balance. And then finally, we're going to balance the oxygen. Oxygen is always 2 on the left. Now here, because I have oxygen from 2 different things, like from CO2 and water, we have to do a little map. Because you can tell later on, I have, the big number of the oxygen. Okay, these numbers are quite big. So make sure you show map of the oxygen. So how do I show map? The oxygen on the right-hand side. 1 times 2 is 2. Plus 2 times 1 is 2, which is 4. So how do you make the oxygen balance? Is always divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2, I get 2. So then now it should be balanced. Now you notice that this number should be even because the oxygen is O2. So you take this number divided by 2. If you get an odd number here, that means something wrong with your map. Right? Then we have to go to step 5 is we draw the table. Okay. So if you draw the table, we put atom, and then left, and then right. So C, H, O. Right, so we draw the atom, the left and right. So we start to check the map. Now here we need to do a little map to show, okay? So the C, don't just write 1, okay? You have to put 1 times 1 equals 1 on the left. The right-hand side is also 1 times 1 equals 1 for the carbon. Now, hydrogen is 1 times 4 equals 4 on the left. And the right-hand side is 2 times 2 equals 4 on the right-hand side. Okay? And then oxygen is 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, and then on the right hand side, so I already assume that you do this map correctly, so you can basically just copy this to here. 2 times 2 equals 4. So I'm going to circle that. Okay, I'm going to circle that. Alright, I'm going to circle here. Right, to show you. Okay? To show you that. Actually, I'm going to use a black pen maybe. Now here, like you don't have to draw the arrow all the time. Okay, I'm just showing you. Okay, this you can actually copy from here because I assume that you do your math correctly already. So you can just copy from here. All right. So let me do number 2. Now the number 2 is also a combustion because this is 3. So the first step is I'm going to put the 1 in front and put bracket. Okay, and then step 2 is I balance the carbon. So carbon on the left is 3, carbon on the right is 1. So I put 3 to make the carbon happy. And then step 3 is balance hydrogen. Hydrogen, I have 8 on the left and then 2 on the right. So I'm going to put 4 on the water to make hydrogen happy. And then finally, oxygen. Oxygen on the left is always 2. The right hand side, we need to do a little math. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 4 times 1 is 4, which is 10. Again, this number must be always even. If you get an odd, then something wrong. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this is the answer. But we need to double check the answer. So we're going to do the atom. And then the left. And then right. And then we always have. Okay, so we have CHO, right? So on the left, the map is 1 times 3 equals 3. On the right is 3 times 1 equals 3. So carbon is happy. Hydrogen, 1 times 8 equals 8. And then here will be 4 times 2 equals 8. So hydrogen happy. And then on the left hand side, I got 5 times 2 equals 10 oxygen. Here I can just copy 6 plus 4 equals 10. So here you can just need to copy. So I'm going to use, you can just copy. Now again, you don't have to like circle this all the time. I'm just showing you can actually copy that. Okay. So let me do one question with even. Okay, so blue pen. Now how do I know it's even? Because the X number on the C is even, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the first step is we need to put the 2 in front. C2H6, and put a bracket. And then the next is carbon. We need to balance carbon. So carbon, 4 on the left, 1 on the right. So I have to put 4 and bracket to make carbon balance. And the next is hydrogen. Hydrogen, I no longer have 6. I have 12 hydrogen. I have right side, I have 2 hydrogen. So I have to put 6 and bracket to make hydrogen happy. And then finally oxygen, the left is always 2. The right hand side we do 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 1 is 6. So I got 14. So divided by 2, I get 7. So it should be balanced. Now you notice that some people actually do the question wrong and such that they got like, for example, I'm just making up, they got 2, 8, 4, 6. 2, 8, 4, 6, and they say, oh, I need to divide by 2. Now, actually, if you follow my step, you should not get like something that you need to reduce. Because if you need to divide by 2, why you want to put the 2 in front at the beginning? So you follow my step, you should not be able, you don't need to simplify by 2. So if you have to reach that point, actually you do your math wrong. The number that you get from my method should be always the simplest ratio. You don't need to reduce. Now how do I check my math? So again, we're going to draw the table. So we got to start to show the map. The carbon on the left hand side is 2 times 2 equals 4, and on the right hand side is 4 times 1 equals 4. So carbon all set. And then hydrogen, I got 2 times 6 equals 12. And then on the right hand side, I got 6 times 2 equals 12. So hydrogen also all set. And oxygen, I got 7 times 2 is 14. And then on the right hand side, I can just copy from here. 8 plus 6 also 14. Okay, so you can actually copy from here. But again, you don't need to draw this all the time. I'm just showing you that you can copy, and they all should be balanced.